My sister's engagement announcement should have made me happy for her. But when I met her fiancé, I realized he was the man who taught me how to feel alive. My name is Serafina. People call me Sarah. I'm 35 years old. I live alone. My apartment is small. It is clean. I have white walls. I have a brown sofa. I have one window. Everything has its place. I work as an interior designer. I help people make their homes beautiful. I choose colors. I choose furniture. I like my job. But I go home alone every night. My apartment is quiet. Too quiet. The silence is heavy. It presses on my chest. I eat dinner alone. I watch television alone. I go to bed alone. I was not always like this. 6 months ago, I met a man. His name was Caspian. He was an architect. We met at a work event. The room was full of people. But I only saw him. He smiled at me. He asked my name. We talked for hours. We forgot about everyone else. Caspian was different. He listened to me. He asked about my dreams. He made me laugh. He made me feel alive. We started seeing each other. We met in small cafes. We walked in parks. We talked about buildings and art. We talked about life. He was like fire. I could not look away. I could not stop thinking about him. He saw me, not my shadow, not my past, just me. For 3 months, I was happy. I smiled more. I walked differently. I felt light. Then he disappeared. One day he stopped answering my calls. He stopped replying to my messages. He was just gone. I waited. I hoped. I checked my phone every hour. Nothing. I cried for weeks. I felt so stupid. I felt so small. I thought he saw me, but maybe I was wrong. After a while, I stopped crying. I went back to my quiet life. I went to work. I came home. I tried to forget Caspian, but I never really forgot him. I have a sister. Her name is Anya. She is 40 years old. She is 5 years older than me. Anya is beautiful. She has long black hair. She has perfect skin. She wears expensive clothes. She always looks perfect. Anya is also very successful. She is the CEO of a big company. She makes a lot of money. She travels to other countries. She meets important people. Anya always wins. She won at school. She won at work. She won in life. When we were children, she got better grades. She had more friends. Our parents always praised her. They always said, "Look at Anya. Be more like Anya." I stopped trying to compete. I found my own path, but the distance between us grew. We talk sometimes. We meet at holidays, but we are not close. There is always something cold between us, something unspoken. I love my sister, but I also feel small next to her. Last week, my phone rang. It was Anya. Her voice was excited. She was almost shouting. "Sarah, I have amazing news," I sat down. I waited. I'm engaged. He is perfect. He has everything I wanted. My stomach felt tight. I forced a smile. She could not see me, but I smiled anyway. "That is wonderful," I said. My voice was flat. You have to meet him. Come to dinner on Saturday. Please say yes. I wanted to say no. I wanted to stay home, but I could not refuse. Okay, I said. I will come. Perfect. I cannot wait for you to see him. She hung up. I sat there. I held my phone. I felt jealous. I felt angry. I felt ashamed. Anya found someone. Anya was happy, and I was still alone, still broken, still remembering a man who left without a word. Saturday came. I cleaned my apartment all morning. I cleaned things that were already clean. I needed to do something with my hands. I chose a simple blue dress. I brushed my hair. I looked in the mirror. I looked normal. I looked fine. But inside, I felt heavy. I took a taxi to Anya's house. She lives in a big modern house. Everything is white and glass. Everything is expensive. I rang the bell. I waited. I breathed slowly. Tonight, I would meet Anya's perfect man. Tonight, I would pretend to be happy. Tonight, I would smile and say the right things. I did not know that tonight would change everything. I did not know that the man behind that door was the one man I never forgot. Anya opened the door. She wore a white dress. She looked radiant. She smiled wide. Sarah, you came, come in, come in. She pulled me inside. The house was full of people. I saw my parents. I saw aunts and uncles. I saw cousins. Everyone was talking. Everyone was laughing. Music played softly. Wine glasses sparkled. The table was covered with food. Everyone is here, Anya said. She held my arm tight. I wanted everyone to meet him. My mother hugged me. Isn't this wonderful? She said. Her eyes were wet with happy tears. My father nodded. He looked proud. Anya found a good man, he said. I nodded. I tried to smile. My face felt stiff. Where is he? I asked. My voice came out small. Oh, he is in the kitchen, Anya said. She laughed. Come, I will introduce you. She pulled me through the living room. People touched my shoulder. They said hello. I did not really hear them. We walked into the dining room. A long table stood in the center. Candles burned. White flowers sat in glass vases. A man stood near the window. His back was to me. He was tall. He wore a dark suit. Darling, Anya called. Her voice was bright. Come meet my sister. The man turned around. My world stopped. Everything stopped. The music stopped. The voices stopped. Time stopped. It was Caspian. Caspian stood in front of me. He wore a ring on his left hand. He stood next to my sister. I could not breathe. I could not move. My chest felt empty. My ears rang with silence. Caspian's face went white. His eyes met mine. For 1 second, I saw pain. I saw shock. I saw something break inside him. Then his face went blank, cold, empty. Anya smiled. She did not see anything wrong. She took Caspian's hand. This is Serafina, she said. My younger sister. Sarah, this is Caspian, my fiancé. Caspian extended his hand. His face showed nothing. His voice was flat. Nice to meet you, he said. His hand touched mine. It was cold, formal, like we were strangers. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. I wanted to disappear. But I just stood there. I shook his hand. I said nothing. Sarah is an interior designer, Anya said. She leaned against Caspian. She looked up at him with adoring eyes. Maybe you two can talk about design and buildings, maybe Caspian said. He looked away from me. He looked at the wall, at the floor, anywhere but at me. Come, let's eat, Anya said. Everyone sat down. I sat across from Caspian. My parents sat beside me. Anya sat next to Caspian. She kept one hand on his arm, always touching him, always leaning close. People talked. They asked Caspian questions. They asked about his job. They asked about the wedding. Caspian answered. His voice was polite, quiet. He said short things. Yes. No. Thank you. Next spring. But he was not really there. He was like a ghost, like someone pretending to be alive. Anya told the story of how they met. It was so romantic, she said. She squeezed Caspian's hand. We met at an art gallery. I was looking at a painting. He came up beside me. He asked what I thought about it. My stomach twisted. That was a lie. A complete lie. Caspian and I met at a work event, not a gallery. He told me he never went to galleries. He said art made him nervous. I stared at Anya. She looked so happy, so convincing. Caspian said nothing. He did not correct her. He just nodded. Love at first sight, Anya said. She kissed his cheek. I looked down at my plate. I could not eat. Food sat there, untouched. My mother asked me something. I did not hear. I just nodded. Then Anya stood up. I need to get more wine, she said. She walked toward the kitchen. For a moment, we were alone. Caspian and me, with people all around, but alone. His hand moved under the table, slowly, carefully. It touched my wrist. Just one touch. Quick, quick, desperate, warm. I felt everything in that touch. Sorry. Help me. I did not mean this. Then his hand pulled away. Anya came back. She sat down again. She smiled at everyone. I could not stay. I could not sit there anymore. I felt like I was drowning. I stood up. I am sorry, I said. I do not feel well. I need to go home. My mother looked worried. Are you okay? Just a headache, I lied. I need to rest. Anya stood. Oh, no. Stay a little longer. I cannot, I said. I grabbed my bag. I moved toward the door. Caspian said nothing. He sat there, frozen, silent. I walked out. I did not say goodbye. I got into a taxi. I told the driver my address. Then I started shaking. My whole body shook. I pressed my hands against my face. Caspian, my Caspian. He was engaged to Anya. He was going to marry my sister. He disappeared from my life. Then he appeared in hers. Did he know? Did he know Anya was my sister? Did he plan this and Anya? Did she know about us? Did she know about Caspian and me? The lie about the gallery. The way she held him. The way she smiled. I felt sick. I felt betrayed. By both of them. By the man I loved. by the sister I grew up with. The taxi stopped. I paid. I walked into my building. I climbed the stairs. I opened my door. I stood in my quiet apartment. The silence was back, but now it was different. Now it was full of questions, full of pain. I had a secret now, a terrible secret, and I had to know the truth. Why did Caspian leave me? Why was he with Anya? What really happened? I would find out. I had to. 2 days passed. I did not sleep. I could not eat. I just thought about Caspian. Then my phone buzzed. A text message. Unknown number. Meet me tomorrow, 3 p.m. Riverside Park, East Bench. Please. You see, my hands shook. I stared at the message. I should delete it. I should block the number. I should forget him. But I typed back. Okay. The next day, I went to the park. It was far from my neighborhood, far from Anya's house. The park was empty, just trees and grass and wind. I saw him sitting on a bench. He looked tired. He had dark circles under his eyes. I walked over. I sat down. I left space between us. For a moment, we said nothing. We just sat there. Two strangers. Two people who once knew everything about each other. Why? I finally asked. My voice was hard. Why did you disappear? Caspian looked down. He rubbed his face with both hands. I had work problems, he said. A big business deal went wrong. I had to travel. I was in another city for weeks. Everything was falling apart. He stopped. He took a breath. I felt terrible. I felt like I was failing. I could not think clearly. I could not contact you. You could have sent one message, I said. Just one. I know. His voice broke a little, but you were so bright, so full of life. I felt too dark for you, too broken. I thought you deserved better. I stared at him. Anger burned in my chest. So you just left, you decided for me? Yes, he said. I was wrong. I know that now. And Anya, I asked, how did you meet her? Caspian looked away. He watched a bird fly past. When I came back, I was empty. I went to a business dinner. Anya was there. She talked to me. She was confident, strong. She pursued me. She called me. She invited me to dinners, to events. He paused. I was too tired to say no. She made everything easy. She decided everything. I just followed. It was simple. Safe. Safe, I repeated. The word tasted bitter. My life was too messy for you, Sarah, he said. But Anya did not care about my mess. She just wanted me. I felt something break inside me. Do you love her? I asked. He looked at me then. Really looked at me. His eyes were full of pain. No, he whispered. I do not love her. But I feel responsible now. She planned everything. The wedding. The future. I cannot hurt her. I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. But I just sat there. You are hurting me, I said quietly. He closed his eyes. I know. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I stood up. I have to go. Sarah, do not contact me again, I said. I walked away, fast, before he could see my tears. But that was not the end. Caspian sent more messages. We met 3 more times, always in secret, always far away. Each time I asked more questions. Each time he gave more answers. But something felt wrong. He was hiding something. I saw fear in his eyes, fear and loneliness. He was lying, not about everything, but about something important. Then Anya started acting strange. She called me every day. She never called me that much before. She invited me to lunch. She brought me gifts, small things, a scarf, a book, chocolates. I just want us to be close again, she said. She smiled too wide, like when we were children. We were never close as children, but I said nothing. One day I went to Anya's house. She asked me to help choose wedding flowers. I did not want to go, but I went anyway. While she made coffee, I threw away some trash for her. I saw something in the garbage bin, a small white box. The lid had gold letters. My heart stopped. I knew that box. Caspian gave me flowers once. White magnolia flowers. They came in a box exactly like this one. I took the box out. I looked at it closely. Same design. Same shop name. Why did Anya have this box? I put it back. I said nothing. But my mind raced. Later that week, Anya and I had dinner. Just the two of us. She drank wine. She talked a lot. She laughed too loud. Then she said something. A small phrase. A strange phrase. Life is just borrowed time, is it not? I froze. I said those exact words to Caspian once. We were drinking cheap wine in my apartment. We were talking about life and death. I said, maybe life is just borrowed time. It was a private moment, a small, unimportant moment. Nobody else knew about it. Nobody except Caspian. I stare at Anya. She smiled. She sipped her wine. She looked so innocent, but she was not innocent. She knew. She knew about Caspian and me. She knew about our relationship. She knew about our private words, our private moments. She did not meet him by accident. She found him. She tracked him. She took him from me. Everything changed in that moment. I was not just a woman who lost a man. I was not just a sister who felt jealous. I was a pawn, a piece in Anya's game. She played me. She played Caspian. She won. But why? Why did she do this? I had to find out. I had to confront her. Not carefully, not politely. I had to know the truth. I waited 3 days. I planned what to say. I needed to be calm. I needed to be smart. Then I called Anya. Can I come over? I asked. I want to talk. Just us. Of course, she said. She sounded happy. Come tonight. I arrived at 8. Anya opened the door. She wore casual clothes. Her hair was down. She looked relaxed. Come in, she said. I made tea. We sat in her living room. White sofas, glass tables, everything perfect, everything cold. I held my tea. I did not drink it. Do you remember when we were young? I asked. Anya looked surprised. Of course. Why, you But the smile was sad. You mean how everyone loved you more? She said. I blinked. What? No. Everyone loved you. You were perfect. You got the best grades. You won every prize. Anya laughed, but it was not a happy laugh. I won prizes, she said, but you were free. You did what you wanted. You painted. You traveled. You smiled. People liked you because you were real. She put her tea down. Her hands shook a little. I was always in your shadow, Sarah. The responsible one. The boring one. I did everything right. But nobody saw me. They only saw my achievements. I stare at her. I never knew she felt this way. Anya, I was tired, she said. Her voice got louder. I was tired of being invisible. I wanted something that was mine, something you did not have first. My chest felt tight. I knew what was coming. Is that why you took Caspian? I asked quietly. Anya froze. Her face went pale, then red, then hard. How did you know? She whispered. The flower box, I said. The phrase about borrowed time. You knew about us. You knew everything. For a long moment, she said nothing. She just stared at me. Then she stood up. She walked to the window. She looked out at the dark garden. Yes, she said. I knew. My hands clenched. How I saw you together, once she said. 3 months after you met. I was driving past a cafe. I saw you through the window. You were laughing. You looked so happy. Happier than I ever saw you. She turned around. Her eyes were wet. I asked around. I found out his name, where he worked. I learned everything about him. Why? I asked. My voice shook. Because he was the only man you truly wanted, Anya said. Her voice was sharp now, angry. For once you wanted something. You cared about something. And I knew if I took him, you would finally understand. Understand what it feels like to lose. She shouted. You never lost anything important, Sarah. You floated through life. You were happy with your little apartment and your little job. You did not need much. But me, I needed everything. And I still felt empty. Tears ran down her face, but her voice stayed hard. I took Caspian. I pursued him. I made him need me. And I won Sarah. For once I won. I stood up slowly. I felt strange. I thought I would feel angry. I thought I would scream. But I just felt empty and sad. So sad. You did not win anything, I said quietly. Yes, I did, Anya said. I have him. You do not. I shook my head. You have a man who does not love you. A man who thinks of me when he looks at you. You have nothing, Anya. You only have the idea of winning. Anya's face crumpled. She sat down hard. She covered her face with her hands. I watched her cry. My perfect sister. My successful sister. She was the lonely one. The desperate one. She built her whole life on winning. On being better. But she never learned how to just be happy. I felt pity for her. Deep, sad pity. But I also felt clear. I knew what I had to do. I am leaving, I said. I will not fight you for Caspian. I do not want a man who chose silence and lies. and I will not stay close to a sister who sees me as an enemy. Anya looked up. Her face was red and wet. Sarah, goodbye, Anya, I said. I walked to the door. Please, she whispered. Please do not go. But I left. I walked out into the cold night. I got into my car. I drove home. My phone buzzed. Messages from Anya. I deleted them. I blocked her number. Then I sent a message to Caspian. Meet me tomorrow. Same park. 10 a.m. Last time. He replied immediately. I will be there. I put my phone down. I looked around my small apartment, my quiet, lonely apartment. Tomorrow I would tell Caspian the truth. I would give him a choice. Tell the truth to everyone or lose me forever. And then I would move on. I would leave them both behind. I would find my own life, my honest life. I was done being a pawn. I was done playing their game. It was time to choose myself. The next morning was cold. Gray clouds covered the sky. I walked to the park. Caspian was already there. He stood by the bench. He looked nervous. I walked up to him. I did not sit down. I talked to Anya, I said. His face went white. What did she say? She told me everything I said. She knew about us from the beginning. She took you on purpose. She wanted to win. She wanted to hurt me. Caspian closed his eyes. He looked sick. I did not know, he whispered. I swear I did not know. It does not matter, I said. You still chose her. You still chose silence. You were too afraid to tell the truth. I was weak, he said. His voice broke. I was a coward. I lived in lies for so long. I forgot how to be honest. He reached for my hand. I stepped back. Sarah, please. I will fix this. I will tell everyone the truth. I will end the engagement. I will do anything. I looked at him. I saw the man I once loved. The man who made me laugh. The man who saw me. But that man was gone. Or maybe he never existed. I do not love you anymore, I said quietly. Caspian's face crumpled. Tears filled his eyes. I loved the man I thought you were, I continued. But that man was not real. You chose the quiet life, Caspian. You chose lies and fear. I choose the honest one. I choose myself. Sarah, goodbye, I said. I turned around. I walked away. He called my name. Once, twice, then silence. I did not look back. I kept walking. My legs shook. But I did not stop. When I got home, I cried. I cried for an hour. I cried for the man I lost, for the sister I never really had, for the time I wasted. Then I stopped crying. I stood up. I looked around my apartment. It was time to start again. I cleaned everything. I scrubbed the floors. I washed the windows. I threw away old things, clothes I never wore, books I never read, memories I did not need. I cleaned until my apartment felt new, fresh, light. Then I opened my laptop. I looked at my old design projects. I had stopped working on my own ideas. I only did work for clients. Safe work, boring work. But I used to dream bigger. I used to want my own design studio, my own projects, my own voice. I started sketching ideas for furniture, Ideas for spaces, ideas that made me feel alive. I found an art class at a community center, drawing and painting. I signed up. I paid the fee. The next week, I went to my parents' house. I had not visited in months. My mother opened the door. She looked surprised. "Sarah, come in." We sat in the kitchen. I drank tea. My father joined us. "How are you?" my mother asked. "How is Anya?" "How is the wedding? I do not know," I said. "We're not talking right now." My mother frowned. "Why, what happened? We just need space," I said. I did not explain more. I did not want to discuss Caspian or Anya or lies. "I wanted to see you," I said. "Just you." I wanted to spend time together. My father smiled. "We would like that." We talked for hours about my work, about their garden, about small, simple things. No competition, no comparison, just us. When I left, my mother hugged me tight. "Come back soon," she said. "I will," I promised. 2 weeks later, my phone buzzed. A message from Anya. "The wedding is off." That was all. No explanation. No apology. I stared at the message. I felt nothing. No satisfaction. No sadness. Just emptiness. I deleted the message. I did not reply. Their collapse was not my concern anymore. Their choices were not my problem. I went to my desk. I picked up my pencil. I continued my drawing. A design for a small cafe. Warm colors. Natural light. A space where people could feel safe. I felt relieved. I felt light. I felt free. I chose the light. I chose honesty. I chose myself. And that was enough. 3 months passed. I opened my own design studio. It was small, just one room in an old building. But it was mine. I painted the walls cream. I bought a wooden desk. I hung my drawings on the wall. I put plants by the window. My first client was a young couple. They wanted help with their new apartment. I listened to their dreams. I made sketches. They loved my ideas. More clients came. Word spread. People liked my work. They liked my honesty. I was not lonely anymore. I chose this quiet life. I filled it with passion, with purpose, with myself. One morning, a package arrived. Small, wrapped in brown paper. No return address. I opened it carefully. Inside was a white magnolia flower, dried, preserved, and a note. The handwriting was Caspian's. "Sarah, I told Anya the truth. I told everyone. I lost everything. My job, my reputation, my future. But I gained honesty. You saved me by rejecting me. You taught me what courage looks like. I do not deserve your forgiveness, but wanted you to know. Thank you." See, I held the flower. I read the note again. I felt sad for him, but I did not feel regret. He made his choices. I made mine. I put the flower in a small vase. I kept the note, not because I wanted him back, but because it reminded me of my strength. The next week, I went to a cafe, a quiet place near my studio. I ordered coffee. I sat by the window. Then I saw her. Anya. She sat alone at a corner table. She looked different, thinner, tired. Her hair was not perfect. Her clothes were simple. She looked ordinary. Our eyes met. She froze. Then she stood up. She walked over. "Can I sit?" she asked. Her voice was small. I nodded. She sat down. She looked at her hands. "You won, Sarah," she said quietly. I shook my head. "No, Anya, no one won." She looked up. Confusion filled her eyes. "I did not take anything from you," I said. "You only saw your value when you had what I wanted. But value does not come from winning. It comes from knowing yourself." Tears filled her eyes. "I do not know who I am." "Then learn," I said gently. "Stop competing. Stop comparing. Just be." She wiped her eyes. "I am sorry for everything." "I know," I said. "I forgive you." We sat there, two sisters, no longer enemies, just two women trying to find their way. After a while, Anya left. She hugged me before she went. A real hug, warm, honest. I watched her walk away. I hoped she would find herself. I hoped she would learn to be happy. I returned to my studio. The magnolia sat on my desk, pale, delicate, beautiful. I lost a love, but I found something better. I found self-respect. I found my voice. I found peace. My life was honest now, simple, true. I picked up my pencil. I started a new drawing, a design for a library, a place full of light and knowledge. I smiled. I chose myself. I chose honesty. I chose the light. And that was the best choice I ever made.